Buck said he talked to you in his office earlier. Just what was that conversation like?
Emotional. It's one of those where you hope you don't have those conversations, but he was a true professional and let us know before the world knew. And once again, he was very accountable, and just I appreciate him. I love him, and yeah, it was one of those conversations where there was a lot of seconds with like silence, and then him saying what he thought and his beliefs.
What did you tell him after that ninth inning pitching change? Seemed like you were following him a little bit off the mound, patting him on the back.
I'm trying to think. I'm trying to go back to. It was his mind was in a it was going very fast. Where usually his mind is very slow. His thoughts are very slow. And I said, I love it. You're right where you need to be. And just say, I love you.
What did you mean by that is right where he needs to be?
However you want to take it. The way I just said, he was in the game, but at the same time, I'm sure it's very tough to concentrate on that moment, and then the crowd is getting the ovation that we were giving him, so I'm sure that he was thinking about, he's always, ever since he was here, since the first day, he always said that when he puts a pitcher in a situation, he already has in his mind the next guy. So that's why the mindset was going, I'm sure it was very fast. So not only that, but then the fans, and then he's walking back. He knows his last time walking back to the dugouts, and you and Matt. So yeah.
Did you have any conversations with Steve or anybody in upper management these last few weeks about hoping or wanting to keep Buck here, or did you just kind of leave it to them to do their own thing?
No, there was no conversations about it. I just, that's their job. I'm here to play baseball. My job is to be the best baseball player, the best shortstop I can be. And I told you guys at one point that I love him, and I don't want him to go anywhere.
How surprised were you, Francisco, with your
What?
decision? How surprised were you by the decision?
I was surprised. I mean, and there's nothing wrong with it. And usually the organization has done an amazing job of things not getting leaked, and that's a big improvement. So this was one of those where it was in the moment, and I found out in the moment. I was surprised, and yeah. Okay.
Are you okay with it? Are you okay with this as the direction the organization is taking to be the best they can going forward?
I trust in the organization. I said this since day one. I trust in what they're gonna do, one of the things Buck said was, "You guys will be okay," and I trust. That Billy and Stern and Steve are gonna guide us in the direction that it's gonna end up very successful.
What do you think about this decision? This specific decision
Of Buck.
being
I'm sad.
But you think it's right
I'm
or
sad.
wrong?
I'm too emotional right now to tell you if it's right or wrong. With that being said, it's a decision that comes from above. It's out of my my reach in a way, you know. So it's I can't tell you right now if it's the right or wrong decision. Do I like it? No, it doesn't feel good. You know, it doesn't feel good to have a man that you love, that my family loves, be without a job. You know, I hate seeing people lose their jobs, and that's as a guy that post up every day, and I told him from day one, you post up, I'm gonna post up. He let me be Francisco Lindor, and I appreciate that. He let my daughter run around and love on me, and I appreciate it.
How do you think he handled a challenging season? He said keeping his locker room together was one of
Amazing.
the more challenging things in his career.
Amazing. He did a really good job. He was a true professional. He was a true leader. He held us accountable. He held himself accountable, and I learned a lot from him. I've been fortunate enough to play for Tito and him that are very similar, and to me, in my mind, they're probably Hall of Fame managers. So hopefully one day, I don't think I want to manage, but if maybe in 10 years I decide to go in that route, I learn from good ones.
What did you learn from him?
Accountability, professionalism. There's multiple ways of leading. Man, he doesn't let you know what he's thinking. That's pretty cool.
Are you sticking around at all the next couple days to meet David Stones?
Yeah, I'll be around for sure. Yeah, I'll be around. Yeah, I would love to meet him. I'm sure he's gonna reach out at some point. I mean, he's in a different scenario right now. Yes. I'm sure he's got to be busy. And I have very great things about him. And every year I have the exit meetings with managers, front office, ownership. So I'm gonna have the same thing, you know. This is another year, and yeah, I will be around and be talking with him. I'm sure whenever he comes. I don't know if he's gonna show up this week or after playoffs. I don't know how he's gonna go, but I'm sure he'll contact me or I'll reach out to him.
How did the guys come out for the lineup card come about? The guys came out, clapped the buckets, and how'd that come about?
Eric asked a couple of players. Yeah, and we say yeah, and it happened. Special, very cool. But however, I wish it didn't happen like that. I wish he was still here.
Thank you, Francisco. Pete's ready.
Brandon, what was your reaction to hearing the news?
Yeah, I mean, obviously sad. You know, we've really grown with a really great relationship, and it's very sad to see him go. You know, we understand that with Dave coming in and being able to do his own thing, you know, that was a possibility, but still a sad day because feel like really had a great relationship with Buck, and he led us to just a year ago 101 wins, and so kind of crazy that just 1 year later we're saying goodbye to that relationship, but I'm wishing him the best in everything that he does. He's an unbelievable individual, unbelievable coach, unbelievable manager, and really helped me to grow in the game and learn things that I don't think I would have learned without him. So I'll always be thankful to Buck for what he's done for me.
What is an example of that? Something you've learned under him that maybe you would not have learned otherwise?
Yeah, I mean, I think the one that I can really point to that you all got to see was, even last year and a couple times this year, him preparing us for a situation that might come up maybe once or twice a year, but you're on first base, ground ball to second base, they come to tag you, and you end up sliding to try and break up the double play. You get back up, most of the time they've only tagged you with the glove, not the ball. You just keep running to second base and you're safe. that's something I didn't even know was a part of the game, even illegal. And we went over it in spring, and he was like, "Hey, this play might only come up one time, but I want you guys to be prepared for when these things come up for that one time." And it just speaks to the preparation that Buck would have for the games. He's unbelievable in his preparation and his work beforehand. And I think he tries to think through every situation that he possibly can, any situation that might come up throughout the year, and have his guys prepared for it. So that's just the personality that he is, and just one example of the many things that he's brought to the table.
Brandon, you mentioned last year. How surreal was it to have the year that you guys had last year, and then today be a day where he's basically, an ex-manager.
Yeah, right.
Games.
Yeah, it doesn't seem real. So I mean, I think it's going to take some time to digest all these things, but like I said, I'll never forget what he's done for me, and the type of manager and person that he was with me, and with this team. So we had a lot of great memories, a lot of great times last year with the 101 wins, and we had a lot of great times this year as well. There was lots of high points in this year, even despite all the way things turned out. But it won't jade my view of him at all. But it is very interesting that 1 year removed from that season, we're sitting here in this position.
Brandon, were you surprised by either the news or the timing of the news that happens before David officially takes over?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think both. Obviously surprised by the fact that Buck was being let go, but also the fact that it was, kind of right before the last game, I guess, in his last game. So, kind of interesting timing. This whole process has been interesting, but that's kind of what these times produce. When things aren't going well in New York, things happen, and they happen quickly. So, it's just our job as players to try and not let these things happen again.
So is there some sense that, you guys feel like you could have done more to keep his job?
Yeah, I mean, in my opinion, it all falls on us. I'm a professional athlete who is supposed to motivate myself, and if I need help being motivated, that's probably a problem. So I don't really feel like Buck, was the problem. But that's the way I've been around this business long enough, and it's not that long of a time, but it's long in baseball, to know that sometimes, just people end up going, and there might not be, the real, hardcore reason behind it, but people have to fall, and that's the unfortunate part of this business. And I think in everything that Buck does, he handles it. Tries to handle it very professionally. That's one of the things I really admired about him in this market. It's very tough as a manager to just keep it professional all the time, because you have a lot of different things pulling you a lot of different directions. You have your allegiances to your players and your team and your fans and the media too. You guys, it's a big job, and he's done it very well. I think he's been a professional to the utmost of the word in this market. So it is tough to see him go, because I feel like obviously it came down to us. Like, we didn't perform the way that we were supposed to. We didn't meet the expectations that we were supposed to as the team and as the players. So yeah, I do feel like we had something to do with him being fired.
What qualities do you hope for in the next manager, knowing how long you'll be here for?
I don't know, to be quite honest. I haven't really gotten that far ahead. I've had many different managers, again, in this short time. At least, it's Mickey and Beltran and then Rojas and Terry Collins, and now Buck, so 5, I guess. And I've seen them do it many different ways, and bring really good things in many different ways. I guess I will start to think about that, and if they care for my opinion, then you know, I'm sure they'll reach out and we'll have that conversation. But if they don't, then you know, it is what it is.
And I know it's fresh, but how do you remember the Buck era?
I'll remember it very fondly. I'll remember it with very, very interesting conversations about baseball in the game, things that were happening on the field that maybe I didn't see, and he would just all of a sudden end up in my hip pocket and be like, "Did you see it? You see this?" And I'd go and I'd look and I'd be like, "Yeah, you're right. That is happening." And so just how being around the game for as long as he had been and has been can really open your eyes to a lot of things on the field, and I'm excited for that as I grow. But he showed me and opened my eyes to a lot of things. And then I'll always remember, you know, us making the playoffs and having that 101 win season. There was lots of high times during that, and probably games that we shouldn't have won that we won, and really, really fun times. So I'll always remember Buck in, you know, very good light, and have very fond memories of him. Awesome. Thanks.
What was your reaction to hearing Buck not coming back?
I mean, I was really, really upset. I mean, he's an unbelievable manager. I think he's a great mentor, and I think that he does a great job of understanding his personnel, not just their talents and what they do day to day on the field, but I think that he understands how they tick, how each guy ticks on the roster as an individual. But again, like that's something that's out of my control. I mean, my experience playing under Buck, I think he's a Hall of Fame manager, and I feel very fortunate and very blessed. I think that he's had a tremendous impact, and I know it's something that I can't necessarily be. I don't know what I'm trying to say, but it's something that's completely out of my control. And for me, I'm just really happy. I feel really happy that it happened, as opposed to more upset that he's gone. So for me, I really enjoyed my time having Buck, and for me, I think he's had a tremendous impact. He has an excellent perspective on the game of baseball, and I mean, for his future and his family, I wish him and his family the best. And he had just such a positive impact on me as a person and as a baseball player.
Were you surprised, Pete, that this happened?
I mean, I was surprised for sure. Yeah.
Were you surprised, particularly by the timing? Stearns doesn't take over till tomorrow. This happened before he could even meet with Buck. Were you surprised that they didn't communicate before the decision was made?
I mean, the timing, I mean, I don't know. I mean, it doesn't, for me, the timing doesn't matter. But I guess, I mean, as the off season goes on, obviously with new management, things change, and that's something that's happened a bunch in my big league career. When there's like a front office change, there's personnel change. I guess that's par for the course in that regard. So it's unfortunate, but that's just a part of the business of baseball.
How did you find out?
Buck told me, which was really nice. To be able to talk to him and kind of hear straight from him, as opposed to hearing something on social media or seeing something, or just like, as opposed to like, hey, you get to hear it straight from him, which was really nice to hear from him. So it was nice to hear from him, and it's really unfortunate, and for me, it's upsetting, because I know like how awesome of a manager he is. Like last year, he was a huge critical part in us making the playoffs. I think he's an excellent leader, and I think he's an excellent evaluator of personalities, not just as well as talent. So, I mean, it's unfortunate, but obviously with new management, they're going to choose whatever direction that they're going to want to go in.
Obviously, there's a lot of speculation about your status. Are you open to talking about an extension if the Mets approach you about it?
Listen, I love the city of New York. I mean, this place has treated me so well. It's a really special place. I mean, the fans are just so passionate. I mean, there's some amazing people here in this clubhouse, and I've really thoroughly enjoyed my time here. Like this place has been really incredible, and I love it here. So yeah, I love it here. It's been awesome, and some of the best memories of my life have been here. So this is home for me right now.
What was it like to hear that ovation before your at bat in the ninth inning?
It was really special for sure. I mean, it's just fans showing their appreciation, and yeah, it's really tremendous because we put a lot, like collectively as a group and personally. Like I put a lot, and this team has put a lot of work and effort into putting their best foot forward and trying to perform to the best of our abilities, and to have that ovation and applause before that at bat, it was awesome. It was really appreciated it.
How would you assess your season?
I thought it was a really good season. I mean, being an all-star and driving in a bunch of runs and hitting a bunch of homers, I think that and this is the best defense I've ever played in my career. I think that I had a really good season, and moving forward, I want to be able to keep having good seasons so I can help this team win a championship. I mean, this is a really special group of players in this locker room. This is a really special fan base, and I want to keep putting together good seasons so I can bring a championship here.
What qualities would you look for or hope for in a manager moving forward?
Honestly, just someone not only that can evaluate talent, but someone who can evaluate guys as different personalities and certain things, and just whatever the plan is, don't deviate. We're gonna go out there and just be a leader, just be a steadfast and steady leader, because that's something that the game of baseball, and it's really funny because there's so many ups and downs, and you need to have someone that's super even keel, and someone who's ready to go through the dips and valleys, not get too high, not get too low, just be super steady and easy, and super consistent in their leadership abilities. Thank you, guys. Thank you.